All right, Kent. Thank you so much for joining us today. We know that your time is precious, and the fact that you're going to share a little bit of it with us is just we're grateful for it. We're grateful to get to know you a little better and have our chamber members get to know you a little bit better. So thank you so much for joining us. I do have the questions that we have for you are posted here in the chat so that you can reference those. And we'll have 2 minutes to answer the questions. Do you have any questions about that process?
No, I don't.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to turn the time over to Lonnie then.
All right, Kent, again, thank you for joining us. As you may or may not know, the Chamber has the business of Moab at heart. So all of the 5 questions you'll be asked are centered around business type questions. We would ask that you do try to keep your answers focused in the business realm. With that, we do want you to keep to the 2-minute timer to try to make it fair for everyone. And we'll start with just a quick introduction of yourself, and you'll have 2 minutes for that.
Okay, are we ready?
We're ready.
Yeah.
All right, my name's Kent Green. I'm a lifelong resident, we'll just say 45, 46 years. I'm married to Cricket Green, whose last name was White. They used to have the Tommy White Ranch up the River Road. We've been married for 43 years. Both our kids have gone to Grand County High School, and now our grandkids are going to Grand County High School. I'm also a retired deputy sheriff in Moab, Utah. I did that for 21 plus years. And just been involved in the community in one way or the other, like Little League football, baseball, that kind of stuff. Very active in other type of organizations. And I just love the Moab area, and I just want to see it grow and continue to be an awesome place to come to and live.
Great, thank you. I didn't know you were a sheriff. That's awesome. Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead then with our questions. Reset our timer here. The first question that we have for you is, what role do you think our local government should play in the growth and development of local businesses?
Well, I think that the local government has a very big role in our business aspect of it. We should encourage businesses to open up and thrive. We shouldn't suppress businesses and keep them down. We should help them, and I believe that's the job of the local government. And I'm actually really pro-business and pro-tourism, because that's our economy and that's how we survive in the Moab area. So, and there are a lot of people in Moab that are very smart, and I think the local government should be reaching out to these people and getting advice and working together and see if we can make the community work a little bit better.
Great, thank you. All right, number 2, given the recent budget deficit discussions at the city, what are your ideas on how to optimize the budget to benefit our community now, as well as set us up for the future?
Well, the budget is a big deal. Obviously, the city manager has a lot to do with that. The mayor works very close with the city manager and then present that to the city council. There's a lot of money out there, and it's really difficult to divide that in areas that really need it. I've looked at some things that I think that we could alleviate some of that and maybe combine or consolidate certain agencies that are within the city that we can maybe get that money to them that they really need. And so it's a very difficult task, and there's a lot to learn. And so it would be a big learning process for me.
Great, thank you. All right, third question. In the business community, we are seeing similar problems with commercial space as we are residential in terms of affordability and availability, making it difficult for new and or diverse businesses to establish themselves. What are your thoughts on possible solutions for this issue?
Well, I think that mom and pop businesses are very important in Moab. And obviously we have commercial businesses who want to thrive also. Me personally, there are things that I can look at as far as affordable housing for businesses, and we, quite frankly, there's some property out there that we could do apartment buildings where, you know, people can have their first start, you know, saving up money, because I'm not seeing the apartment buildings like there used to be back in the old days. And this gives kids, you know, a place to go, save their money, and then be able to eventually move out of those apartments and get into the housing. And their businesses are the same way. It's a difficult task. It really is. So I would really have to sit down and look at that and see where we could expand and where we can go from there.
Great, thank you. All right, the fourth question. In our city, there are divides between opinions, particularly around our economy. How have you found compromise and built unity in the past? And how do you plan on doing that in the future, specifically with the economic growth of Moab?
Well, obviously Moab is a destination. It's not a drive-through anymore. One of the things that I've been saying is that our current city council and county commission have been not being pro-tourism. And I understand that we have to grow, and there's things we need to do with that, but I am totally for tourism, because that's our industry. And for us to give people the word that we don't want you coming here anymore is not true. We need them to come here so we can survive. And so I am against the reservation system in Arches National Park. I think that will kill our economy. I think there's things there that they can alleviate some of the traffic that I have ideas with. And I've already spoken with people up north on some great ideas. We do need some way to divert some of the heavy traffic, but where do we do that? We'll just have to sit down and look at it and see where we can go from there. But I am pro business and pro tourism. We just need to find ways to keep them growing.
Great, thank you. All right, fifth question, last one. Economic diversification of Moab's tourism-based economy has been the topic of many local government discussions. What would your approach to diversification be in relation to the current established industry?
Well, I think I answered some of that in the last question, didn't I? Moab is well known, and I would like to see some diversity of other industry come in. Where are we going to find the space for that? I don't know. Obviously, the city and the county are growing south, and we have a lot of things to look at. I think some of the things that the city and the county has implemented are very restrictive, and it's hard to get things going in the right direction. But you know, it won't be long, and the tailings ponds out there will be done in 5 years. There's some property out there that can be utilized for things. I just have to sit back and look at it and get people who know. And again, going to the community and getting input on their ideas and not exclude the community. You know, I think that we as a community need to work towards that in a fair representation and in a fair way.
Great, thank you. I am going to turn the time back over to Lonnie.
All right, Kent, thank you. My last little bonus question that I've asked everyone is, in a minute or less, tell us why the business community should vote for you.
Well, I think the business community should vote for me because I am pro-business, and I want to hear from them. And I would like to be able to sit down with the business people in Moab and see what direction they want to go. Obviously, the direction they want to go is to expand, not to suppress. And because we've got to find housing for our employees, we've got a lot of things ahead of us. Instead of just saying we're going to do it, we need to do it, and just get off our bottom end and just go forward.
Perfect. Well, thank you.
Well, thank you. That wasn't too painful.
Not too excruciating. Good.
It's really hard to talk about yourself, especially when you're not used to bragging, you know what I mean? But it is, it's really hard to talk, and I know there's a lot of things out there that need to be done. And obviously I haven't been in the position of the government, eras such as mayor or county commissioner or even city council, but I like to learn. And it's just, I've really taken an interest in our local governments because there's some things that I don't agree with that they've been doing. And because I've also believed that they're listening only to a few selective, not everybody. That's my feeling.
Well, we appreciate you, not only lending your time to us, but anyone that's willing to run for something like that and dedicate the time to the community. I mean, we appreciate that too. So
yeah.
Thank
you so much.
Yeah,
when I put in for this, nobody really actually put in but one other person. Then all of a sudden, bang, the last day there was 7 candidates. I just couldn't believe it. So, and that's one of the reasons I put in, because, who knows, you may make a difference and you may not.
Right.
I would love to make a difference. I really would. But I put everything 100%. I managed, I ran the jail for the county for the last 5 years of my service as a deputy sheriff. And that's one of the biggest budgets in the county. And it was a very difficult task, because not only you got to do that, you have to manage incarcerated individuals, you got to manage employees, you got to make sure you're on budget. It's a big deal. It really is.
Right.
So, and I learned a lot. And I've got a lot of connections up north that help me. I'm not afraid to ask for help or anything like that. But yeah, a lot of connections up there helped me get through a lot of that stuff.
Awesome. Well, good. Well, thank you again. We appreciate your time. And I'm sorry that you had to come home off the mountain for this.
Oh, no, Cricket's got me doing honeydew stuff. So
okay. Good.
I got a lot to do. Trust me. But thank you so much for your time.
Thanks,
really,
Kent.
you. Okay.
If you have any questions, I was just going to tell you, we have, as soon as everybody has the chance to do one of these interviews, we'll put these out just to our membership and on our Facebook and social media and on our website. Is kind of where these interviews will be and where people can go to watch those. And I'll let you know when we've got that done. And if you have any questions, just let me know.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
Hey,
enjoy your day.
Have a good day.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.